Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news here as the Florida Gators have landed top 100 cornerback, top 100 player in the country, I should say. Mr. Ben Hanks, who was out of Louisville and of Miami and Florida, of course, were his top three down to today, just committed moments ago to, of course, the Florida Gators. This is a big pickup for the weekend. Florida Gators are set to possibly pick up another one tomorrow in Bryce Fitzgerald, but today we're talking all about Ben Hanks, the legacy Florida Gator player. You take a look at this young man's film. He is an absolute beast, ball hawk, as one would say, standing at 6'1", 170 pounds, top 10 quarterback, depending on where you look. And again, top 5 player overall nationally, or excuse me, top 100 player nationally when you look. Again, ESPN has him just outside of 100, so composite, I think he's like 101, but on 3 and 247, the real ones have him as a top 100 player. Absolutely a huge pickup. This now surges the Florida Gators recruiting class into the top 30 with 247. On 3, I'm not quite sure where that sits them just yet. But again, we talked about this on a Wednesday show, right? There's 3 guys. This is the first puzzle to the 3 to fall. 1 being Ben Hanks, 2 being Nashon Montgomery, and 3 being Bryce Fitzgerald. I say Bryce last because he's the least amount of confidence we as Florida followers have in at the moment. Nashon Montgomery has been a Florida lean this entire time, is set to commit in about a week or so. If Florida's able to pull off the trifecta here, Ben, Bryce, and Montgomery, Bryce being tomorrow, who currently right now has a bunch of different offers, LSU, Miami, Florida's kind of in there as well. If they land all 3, they'll be sitting in a top 19, top 20 class with the additions of those 3 guys with 15 commits. So this weekend could be a big weekend. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and this year has gone by so quickly. What's something you're proud of in 2024? What is something that you still want to accomplish for the remainder of the year? I know it's going by so fast, but we still have time to go after your goals and knock those bad boys out. When life goes at you fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins, but also reflect on your losses. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the remainder of the year. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Use the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and use the code Hightop to get 10% off your first month. What's fantastic about it is convenient, it's flexible, and it's suitable to your schedule. You take a little bit of a quiz. What that quiz is, it suits you up with a therapist that best suits you. Now, for any reason that therapist isn't kind of really the best thing for you, you can switch it, no cost at all. It's fantastic. And look, the best thing is it's all online. Hardest part about therapy is always finding time to go do it, to make it happen, but there's no excuse. Right online, you go with your schedule, it's flexible. It's important to talk to somebody, especially if you're having some doubts of yourself, or again, you want to set those goals. So be sure to check out the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and of course, use the code Hightop to get 10% off. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Hightop. We'll see you. For the Florida Gators, and it being awesome August could be huge. But if you take a look at this young man's film, he's an absolute beast. Fantastic on one-on-one coverage. A lot of his highlight is one-on-one coverage. Phenomenal ball hawk. His wingspan is right around 6'5". So he's got some great arms, great speed. Won, I believe, the 400-meter dash in high school. 400-meter dash as a junior. He won district championship, excuse me. So the young man has some speed, sub 4.5 speed in the 40-yard dash. So an absolute beast added to that secondary. And again, that cornerback room, we've been a little questionable over the last few years. Devin Moore, obviously, looking to have some big things from him, but we need that nice cornerback that can handle his business out there alone on Mr. Ben Hanks Island and not have to worry about that. And I think Ben will provide that now that he is committed to the Florida Gators. Little Will Harris coaching him up a little bit. Could be some exciting things. But love this addition. Love that we're getting a little momentum heading into the season. This comes right off of Vernell Brown, obviously the 5-star wide receiver who just committed a few weeks ago. Starting to see a little bit of a trend here. We talked about this on Wednesday's show too, right? If we're able to go into August 31st, which is the first massive game of the year, which a ton of top-tier recruits are going to be there. Again, this is we're gambling, boys. We're rolling the dice, literally rolling the dice here on how's this season going to roll out on not only Billy but on this recruiting class, on how the future looks with DJ Lagway. There is so much weight headed into this, but I think we're going to be okay. So you head into that Saturday, ton of recruits, ton of people visiting. You're able to scoop up a dub. You're sitting top 20 come that day. All of a sudden, things start falling into place. There's a few defensive guys that we're looking at, right? Malik Altry, defensive lineman from Auburn, loves what he sees at Florida, but wants to see what's going to happen on the football field. That's a 4/5-star defensive lineman. Jaquez Carter, who just committed to Ohio State from the Newberry area, loves Florida, wants to see what they're going to do. Big 4-star defensive lineman. A couple offensive linemen as well, too, that are looking at Florida. Still that offensive line, still some question marks. I know a lot of people are going to comment this video. Not an alignment, don't care. I hear you. I'm with you. We need some. They got to get rock and roll on that. So that will be something that we continue to monitor to see if we can get some scent, to see if we can get any blood pumping for the offensive lineman. But nonetheless, big time pickup for the Florida Gators. I love it. Hopefully we can have ourselves a big one tomorrow. Have 2 back-to-back massive days for Florida Gators. If you guys enjoy the content, you know what to do. Smash the like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, how you feeling about this class thus far? Now a top 30 class with the addition of Ben Hanks. Want to hear from you? We'll see you boys in the next one. Peace and love, baby.